Hey Ragelings, and welcome to yet another Let's Play series. This time we're diving into another roguelike game taking place in space called Approaching Infinity. Now this game was developed by Bob Saunders, also known as Eyeball 17. He's got a few years experience in working with roguelike games, and this is the culmination of all those works. He just recently did a successful Kickstarter campaign and funded most of the game, so we're going to get a look at the backers beta edition of the game. We may end up hitting a couple of glitches here and there, and hopefully this video will not only get you interested in the game, but if we have any issues that come up, we can address them immediately, which is basically the whole gist of why I do this. Anyway, so the whole point of this game is basically you're flying around in space, you do quests, you pick up loot, you sell shit, you kill enemies, and you explore. I've played a couple of hours of this, and I've actually found it to be quite enjoyable once you figure out what's going on. So we're going to start a new game. We're going to start off, we get 4 different types of ships. The first ship is the Assault Scout, and that carries with it 2 weapons. You've got good armor, you get a good shield, small cargo space, supplies, and crew. So it's a pretty rounded ship. The Trader gives you a poor weapon choice, no armor or shields off the bat. You get lots of cargo space, good supply, and crew to offset that. This one sounds like it's more of a difficult ship. And then, of course, you've got the next one, which is the Light Explorer. This one gives you 1 weapon, a good shield, sensors, no armor, large crew and supplies, and ability to attach many device slots. This seems more appropriate. And of course, lastly, the Asteroid Miner. You get a good weapon, armor, you get no shield, a small crew, good cargo space, and devices for asteroid mining. So I've had plenty of success with the Light Explorer, so that's the ship we're going to go with. I'm going to adjust my character here. I'm not sure what... Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the red outfit, and I'm going to go with that. I wish there was a little more customization to that, but we're going to just jump into the game right now. Alright, so we are going to do the tutorial against what Bob actually asked me to, because I do things like that. Because I am not constrained by your worldly rules! So welcome to Approaching Infinity. Now we're going to try to move around. You can use the arrow keys, but I find that the mouse is a lot better. You can use the mouse cursor to figure out what a particular item is by hovering over it. Now, if you hover the mouse over, you can see right over in this area, it changes what information is shown. So, if you're not sure about an item, just hover over it. You're also going to find enemies, and killing them is pretty easy. You just left-click them twice, or if you're standing next to them, right-click them. By left-clicking once, you can get some more information on the enemy, like their status, their health, whether or not they're coming at you or running away. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to determine when to attack and when not to attack. And some little motherfucker just decided he wants to attack me while I'm trying to learn this tutorial. You shit! There's cooldown, which you see over there. The grayed out stuff is stuff that's already in cooldown. If you don't know what cooldown is, that's the time it takes to be able to use an action again or an item again. In this game, the second that you're hit, your shields require some time to cool down. God damn you little shits. I'm trying to explain shit here. Fucking pirates everywhere. There's also a space station up in the upper left, as you can see. That's where we do all of our trading and selling and buying and shit. At least for now. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other things. And these dark areas that you can see, those are areas that are unexplored. I'll get to that in just a moment. So basically what I try to do is clear out the entire area. God damn it! And, ooh, supplies. Perfect. You gotta watch your supplies and all that. But what I try to do is I like to clear out the entire screen because that gives me more data. And by getting data, I can do that. So let's sell my data. I'm going to resupply, and I'm going to hire a full-on crew. Whenever I jump into a station, I always do all that first. Let's see, I have nothing to sell. So here in the exchange, community exchange, rather, This is the trading area where you sell all the little bits and baubles that you pick up along the way. And here's all of them. You can either, hit one key, but seeing as these aren't really important at this point in the build, I just sell everything that I have. I'm sure that later on, some of these are going to be required for the crafting components, which it's not available yet, but it's going to be interesting to see how all these are implemented later on to the game to give more of a counterbalance to what you do. The contracts office is where you get little missions. This is important for the game because the more of these that you complete, the more credits you get, and the more credits you get, the more you can stay in the game. So I just took off one of our little things where we have to find some stuff in Sector 2, and the Starship Outfitters is where we buy all of our equipment. Now, these are all randomized per section, but once they've been generated, they stay, which is good and bad. So, really, I don't see anything that I want other than... No, just nothing that I really think I can use at this point. So we're going to get out of here. And, yeah, so that's pretty much how you play. You click, you grab stuff, you sell stuff, you explore, and that's pretty much the bare basics of it. We're going to jump over to this little Terran planet, and we're going to do a little landing exploration. God damn you! Fuck off! Anyways, full supplies. Fantastic. That's a good trade-off there. But anyway, this is where you get more stuff, because not only do you uncover tons of more data that you can use to sell, but there's areas down below where you can find like caves and such to find more things to sell. So it's beneficial, but at the same time, wait, where's my ship at? There's a cave where my ship was. Alright, well, the combat on planets is pretty similar to the combat in space, except that my weapon doesn't have cooldown. Alright, so another thing you have to be careful of is oxygen. If you use up all your oxygen, there are potential effects that you can get on a planet, like being infected, which does damage over time, or just basic asphyxiation, which will kill you off slowly. Where the fuck is my ship? I'm low on oxygen. Bob, where's my ship? Bob, where's my ship? I'm at 23 oxygen and I can't find my fucking ship. Oh god. What do we do? 4? Okay. Alright, so... Oh, sweet. Or there's also a possibility that there's just clean air around, and I guess that's what we found. Sweet. I still... maybe I can uncover my ship somewhere later on in this map, so let's take a look around. But, so anyway, all of this black area that you're seeing here, this is uncharted territory, and by clicking on each one, you can uncover more land, and that gives you data, which you can use to sell at the banker stations. Banker stations are the main hubs for quests, so anytime you finish a quest, you gotta go to the banker station that's listed. Sometimes you can go to any banker station, but oftentimes that you're required specifically to go to, particular banker station, so you got to keep that in mind. Now there's a nice little quest menu that keeps everything nice and tidy. I would kind of like the menu to be cleaned up a little bit because it's very bare bones, and I'd rather have tabbing, because for me tabbing is a lot of fun. Like, I'd like to have a completed quest list and an active quest list. I'm sure there's going to be like a main quest series at some point, and for certain tiers of backing in the Kickstarter, you could do different things like add your own quests and things like that. And I can't find my goddamn ship fucking anywhere. What the fuck? Well, let's just go in this cave and see what we got here, because maybe it'll reload when I go back in. But caves are endless, which is pretty cool. The only downside is that there are tons of really powerful monsters in the caves. These guys right here aren't all that big of a deal. Let's see. Is there anything around that I can use to get off this planet? Now, these oxyalgaes are pretty cool because they can actually increase the amount of air that you have, but they're only usable, I believe, in the caves. So once you go back to the ship, you basically dump off all of your resources, and then you run out of it. So it's kind of helpful, and yet it's not. It does refill some of your oxygen, and it increases your oxygen cap, but the point of it increasing the oxygen cap seems kind of moot, since you can't really regenerate all of that when you go back to your ship. Which I can't fucking do. God damn it. But this will help me out, because this will give me plenty of money to start with. And since I'm not running out of, air anymore, and I'm not infected, this gives me a chance to actually explore. And you definitely want to jump onto a planet that lets you do this, because exploration means more money, more items. It also gives you a higher chance of dying. Now, the HP up at the top is for, I think you can only send down 10 people at a time. But that's determined by the suit that you have, the amount of hit points that you have in full. And depending on how much you lose, certain number of your crew members are going to die. So you got to be careful with that. Alright, so kill some rock colossi. Grab some gems. And these little sonic things. Like I said, so a lot of this game just revolves around clicking on unexplored areas and exploring them. There is a heavy roguelike emphasis on this, so, permadeath is a big thing. It's also, I wasn't too pleased with the way you save. I'd never have liked save and quit functionality. I like being able to just simply save. I don't like having to be dumped out of my game just to save. So, this is something that I found was kind of irking about the game. There's also something I hated about Delver 2, is that whole, if you want to save, you have to quit the game. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I'm not much of a developer or programmer myself, so I couldn't fucking tell you. Just my personal preference when it comes to that. Let's see, so now we're on, this is the farthest I've ever gone into any cave system. That's usually because any planet I go on, I usually end up, running out of oxygen. Now, the way that I normally handle landing excursions is I will explore a small part of the land, and then I will immediately hike back to my space shuttle, because I'm a little bitch, and I don't want to die. So, the thing is, though, with landing parties, there's really no consequence to them dying. I would like to see something implemented where losing, landing parties makes it harder for you to get a crew, and requires you to make, like, at the end, it's kind of like, there's a thing in Mercenaries 2, where with factions, if you run out of favor with them, you can bribe them, or, you could do something where completing a certain objective will gain you fame or favor back with possible crew members. Something like that would really add more depth to the game, as well as a certain degree of danger to having these excursions. Like right now, I'm pretty sure I've lost half of my crew. And something like that should weigh heavily against the player, and kind of force them to think a lot more about, what their next step should be. Should they go even further into the caves? Should they stay on the planet another second? Or should they fight their way back to their ship and fucking leave? Right now, I have absolutely no reason to not continue down. I mean, the only thing that I'm going to end up losing is my items, but seeing as I can't get back to my fucking shuttle, there's really no negative here. Fuck. I am so pissed that I can't get back to my shuttle. Because the more items I collect, I mean, I can collect all the items I want, but unless I dump them at the shuttle, they stay here on this planet. Maybe if I go back to the surface at a later point, my shuttle will be there. Hopefully. Blast you. Grab some more of that. These guys are fucking assholes, the puffers. You saw me fight them just before. And what they do is sometimes they'll split off into 2 or 3 of them. And the more you shoot them and kill them, the more they might spawn. There's a possibility they don't respawn at all, but there's a possibility that they do. So it is a nice risk-reward, because it does get them out of the way, but at the same time, you're also risking filling the screen with the little bastards and basically putting yourself in a bad spot. Even worse is if they touch you, they not only do damage, but they explode, possibly splitting into more puffers. So you gotta be really careful. And since you can only see a certain amount of space, and that too is determined by the suit that you have, you just gotta be really careful. Now, let's see what we get. What is this that I'm standing on? How the hell is there snow inside this cave? Maybe it's just really cold. I don't know. I'm not a geologist. Or whatever the study is. Shut up. I think this geologist is rocks. I don't remember. It's been forever since I've read up on studies. Studies on studies. I don't know if I really want to go any further into this cave system because I'm running low on health. And I'd really like to see if my shuttle is back there or if I'm completely fucked here. Let's try to get this little fucker out of the way. Sweet, he didn't respawn. Alright. Let's try. Ah, shit. Die, die. Damn it. Die. Ah, good. So we almost cleared out this whole place. For some reason, I get really bugged when I can't complete everything on a map. It's my little OCD kicking in. But, you know, I don't... Should I? No, you know what? I'm going to go back to the surface and see if my shuttle has returned. Should be... Oh, damn it, that's right. Going between floors makes enemies respawn. So you got to be really careful how much you're exploring and be prepared to possibly be attacked on your way back to the surface. So this game takes random generation, and it is very serious about it. Kill these little fuckers. They remind me of those little bastards from Doom, the Pinky Demons. Or, I forget what that one enemy is from the Battletoads games. That little thing that jumps along the ground. I hate those fuckers. They creep me out. So, there's no fucking shuttle! How the fuck am I supposed to get off of this planet with no fucking shuttle? God damn it! Oh, what am I supposed to do now? I've got all this awesome shit. You know what? No, I'm just gonna commit suicide. I'm gonna wait until they kill me. Fucking damn it. Alright, so maybe if we go back in, the shuttle will reappear. Well, there's my dead crew. And there's all my items. But no shuttle. I think I found a bug. It appears that the place that my shuttle was supposed to be is where the cave is, and I'm guessing that that somehow overrides it. Well, at least this planet's not contagious, so if we lose oxygen, we'll be fine. Shoot these little bastards. Oh, shit! So it's random whether or not you... Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you fucker. Alright, well, we're gonna just commit suicide again. Kill off a few more of my crew. And fuck that planet. Fuck that planet forever. Alright, well, we got a shit ton of credits for that data gathering, over 20k, so we're gonna dump that in there. I'm going to restock all my supplies, and then, of course, we're going to get a full crew going again. Do I have anything? Nothing to sell. I only have the one item because I can't take anything from the fucking planet. God damn it. I'm bragging on about it, but fuck. I have never seen that in any of my playthroughs. And, of course, it had to happen for this fucking video. So we're jumping out of the tutorial area and going into Sector 1. And as I said before, all of this blank space is undiscovered territory, and we've got to jump into it. We're going to clear this whole sector out before this video is done, and before we jump into Sector 2, we're going to kind of cut this off. But I hope you guys kind of got the gist of this game. It is a lot of fun, and the longer you play it, the more you really learn about it. Honest, there's so much promise and potential for this game, and, you know, there's lore that you can put in, there's quests that we'll be able to cover. There could be a fantastic story that comes out of this, and I'm actually really excited to see exactly what comes of it. When I first played, I believe it was the alpha version of it, I admit I wasn't entirely hooked on it. I didn't feel very impressed. It seemed very intimidating. It didn't seem to feel very coherent. But playing this build of it gives me a lot more of a positive feeling towards it. I played like 3 hours of it. Unfortunately, a bug crashed it, and I lost all that progress, which is why I have such a big thing about that save function. But, this is a really cool game, and even though it's very minimal right now, there is a soundtrack being developed for it. The art's fantastic, and there are a lot of really cool events and things that you can come across in the game that really gives it its own feel. And every sector seems to be unique and different. The planets are pretty cool, and this is the quest screen, by the way. And this is why I was saying before about how it's kind of it doesn't really feel filled. It doesn't feel ready yet. So obviously this is all in beta, so we're just critiquing the stuff that's available now, and hopefully this feedback will help with the development of it. But so that's pretty much Approaching Infinity in a nutshell. We're gonna play a little more of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and as always, share with your friends to help spread the Rageling swarm. Approaching Infinity is not available yet to anybody but those who backed it on Kickstarter. It should be available in April 2014, so keep your eyes peeled for it. And of course, thank you for watching.